Hey. Sit. Good. So if I said sit, all she has to do is sit. If she doesn't sit, we're going to start adding corrections. If she's over here and she's close to that dog and she's feeling stressed out, all we got to do is this way. Move away. And let's move just a bit farther. Here, sit. And we got to find the distance where she's not as reactive, where she will take the food, which she was taking the food there, but that's good. So you can see less whining there. Hey, good. Hey, good. Leave it. Yes. Good. Here. So she can only focus on one thing at once. So if we're doing nothing, she's looking over there, she's looking over there, so she's getting aroused. But if you give her a task like, hey, yes, she has to focus on this. Hey, yes. Sit. Good. It just takes her mind off of focusing on other things, and then she can focus on you a bit more. But you have to be more engaging than everything that's going on here. So, hey. Sit. Good. Come. Stop. Sit. Good. Okay. Yes. Over. Yes. Hello and welcome to the channel. Now, before you ask, no, I did not steal this from the Caesar's Palace Casino. It was given to me as a gift. It's one of those things that you can buy at the shop, you know, it's got the logo on there, but this was given to me as a gift. So hopefully that answers your comment. I spent the last 5 days in Los Angeles, and yes, I did what every Los Angelian does when they wake up in the morning. I went to play tennis.
I can't believe you didn't want to wear your robe. What does he do when he's not training dogs? The people want to know.
Now, I don't understand why this is a thing that Los Angeles residents do, but apparently tennis is a part of the culture. So when you live in Los Angeles, you play tennis, and that's exactly what I did. I tried to book all of my clients within the Los Angeles area, but it was indeed silly of me to assume that Los Angeles was anything like Las Vegas. There was so much traffic, it just felt like I was driving the whole day. In between every group session, I had some time to work with Capri and some obedience. There was a situation where I wanted her to jump over a rail, and she chose to go under it. I realized that she was going to keep going under unless we took the time to work through jumping over the railing. And then while doing that, we were increasing the distance until we were able to get to the point where I could send her from across the parking lot to go catch the ball, and then she would jump over the railing. Hopefully that serves as a reminder and perhaps some motivation for you that even the smartest of all dogs need some deconstruction. They need to be able to understand things in steps, so it makes sense for you to break things down in a way that they can comprehend. The dogs won't meet. The goal is to teach them that just because there are other dogs around, that it doesn't mean that they need to interact. The first assignment involved each owner getting their dog to jump over the hurdle. This is where lots of owners have difficulty because oftentimes people aren't willing to push their dogs past a certain level of comfort to help them gain more confidence. Leash pressure is a wonderful language that can be employed to guide most dogs through a moment of uncertainty, and this situation is a prime example. A few repetitions in, and you can clearly see there is a difference in demeanor between now and when we first started. Across town, 2 extensively reactive dogs needed to learn some manners, so the pup and I journeyed to meet Claire and the crew.
It's okay.
No, that's fine, don't. He's biting to be defensive, but if I move away, he's gonna get what he wants.
Okay.
So I've been bit before, so calm down, don't freak out. But I'm also not gonna try to get him to bite me. I want him to learn that even if he tried doing that, nothing would happen. So I'm not gonna make a big deal of it if he tries, and neither should you.
Okay.
So hold this for a second. I just want to see what happens when I take him away from you, if he freaks out or... So you see, the moment I take him, he just starts walking forward. That's just what he's used to. So he's used to being the one leading and the one making decisions. And if you try to go in and stop him, he won't like it, and he'll, hey, stop, I don't like that. And then you go, okay, that's fine. So you just have to basically not allow those things to happen anymore. And that's really where he is from what I can already see. We should have him start sitting. We shouldn't make excuses that just because, you know,
now,
he didn't.
now it looks like he can sit, and
Right.
it's not a painful thing.
Yeah. So as long as he's not healing from a wound or nothing like that, we don't have any reason for him not to sit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make his life boring for a moment, and we're just going to do nothing. And then when he sits, I'm going to engage with him. So right here, there's pressure on, but I'm not forcing him. So as soon as he sits, I'm going to just release the pressure. Okay. So eventually he has to make the association that, oh, when I feel this pressure, it means to relax. So I create something of discomfort, and he has to learn that he's responsible for turning it off. Okay. This is the easiest way that you will find to control his behaviors outside. Okay. Because once you see something, you say, hey, I don't want you going after that dog or barking at that person. I want you to sit. Yeah. And when I say sit, if you don't sit, this just happens. So the pressure is on until you sit. It's not a lot of pressure. We're not choking him. He can still talk if he could talk. Yeah. He can do everything he can all the same. It's just a discomfort. So we have to add a discomfort that he learns to turn off by complying with us. Okay. She's gonna keep acting that way without any correction. So you come do this job, and let me show you that one.
All right, come on. I want you to
You're fine to be here as well.
It's causing problems.
Oh no.
Okay.
So see, I didn't run away from him, and now he's going, okay, that didn't work, what do I do now? So that response is him just trying to create space, and if I don't allow it, he's forced to give me a different behavior. Okay. So behavior we don't want, correct? So no. No. So I said no, and she stopped. So that's good, but I want her to give me something else instead. But right, because if I say no and I don't say anything, she'll be confused still. So now I just want her to sit. I'm going to remove this because they might not like this as much. Oh. Okay, so it's the same rules. The rules have to apply the same. If you treat them separately initially so they can learn the routines, when you bring them together, you say sit, they'll both sit. Just keep moving, yeah. Don't try to stare, keep your hands relaxed. Yeah, it's okay, that's what we're here for. So say sit first.
Oh, sit.
Good. So if she sits, that's good. That means the pressure is...
still do the pressure until because she won't do it when she's under super stress and we run across from another dog.
Right.
Okay.
So if she sits, so the goal of the sit then pressure is we want her to sit without it.
Right.
So, but that's what's going to teach her to do it consistently. So when she sits without it, that's good. That's what we want. But I want you to just learn that if she doesn't do it, you need to reinforce it. That's all.
Let's loosen up a little bit, Claire. Loosen up a little.
Yeah, shake
Lighten
it.
up.
Move. Just go like you're on the phone with your best friend. Yeah.
I've never been like that with these dogs. It's always like tension.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You need to be less tense so the dogs can calm down, and it keeps you dispassionate about your corrections.
He's talking about your whole life, not just the dogs. Good job, Claire. You're doing a much better job.
For me, it's a good practice to go on the other side of problems, potential things they fear. You need to be on this side of us so that you're in the middle and he feels more safe, she feels more safe. Hold on, bruv. If you're enjoying this video, why wouldn't you just subscribe to the channel? Why wouldn't you just like the video and just leave a comment at the bottom of the video telling me what you think about Just keep watching. So
Right back here, like, no.
did you see the lips?
Yes.
Okay, so the lip licking, that's enough to tell you what his intention is. He doesn't like that I came close to you, right?
Yeah.
So the lip licking. The only thing he cannot do is stand up and leave that place because
Okay.
you put him there first. Yeah. The stress panting,
Yeah.
right. He's not even paying attention to me moving around anymore, so that's good. He's calm enough that he crossed his hand like a gentleman.
Yeah, he's right here. This one
There,
is really-
see? He's disengaging a lot quickly now. Good.
De hecho, estamos en la cocina cuando te fuiste y no entró.
¿Tu cuerpo?
No, todavía no. También quiero meterme un montísimo en mi cama para que el perro vea.
Pues digo que para que vea que como es...
He's looking at the food that you have at the house.
Yeah. Good. So I was learning about this attack bite that happened. I'm trying to explain that he's got what's called resource guarding, and he's resource guarding your mom, which means that anything that comes around to her or anything that's happening that has to do with her, he's going to be very protective. But the only person who can solve it is her. So she has to be the one to say no. Whenever you see someone next to me, you go over there or you go wherever you need to go, and then reinforce that they're in that position. Sit and down or whatever it is and maintain the position.
He about to soup
Yeah.
because it was his hand, and it was the same left hand for everyone.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that why does he have the freedom to be moving around and doing all these things while there's people here that he doesn't know?
So it was the episode was the two persons that he beat.
Yeah.
This person that
That you know?
they know he knows us,
He knows
they-
them.
and they
Okay.
hang out and play together. So it's a
Okay.
familiar faces.
Sure.
And my son is a familiar face.
Sure.
So the first bite was somebody that he loved, like he can
Sure.
see. I mean, he's a tough.
You know all the bites in America, all the bites that have ended with death are all from people who said the exact same thing as you. My dog loved me and I love my dog.
Yeah.
I don't understand why the dog attacks. It's
Yeah.
because the dog doesn't love us. The dog doesn't care. The dog
No, he doesn't.
No, it is true. You don't like to hear it, but the dog only loves the thing that is rewarding to them. What people do is they really treat the dog like it's a human child. And they don't give the dog any rules. The dog needs rules for everything. If I come here and I just say, okay, go do whatever you want, he might go and dig because he likes to dig, right? If we say digging is fine, of course, then he thinks, okay, let me go do this, let me go do this. And then before you know it, he digs the whole backyard. So if I see him digging, I have to say, no, don't dig. But if I say, no, don't dig, I have to give him something else to do instead. That's how dogs leave from one behavior to another behavior.
Okay.
A lot of people get a dog and then they feel sorry because the dog is a rescue or whatever the case is. So they want to give the dog everything. The first thing you need to do is give the dog restriction.
I'm not having no more dogs after this one. He's my cure. Like I
Yeah.
said, yeah.
No, dogs are not bad. It's just the human needs to understand how to
Yes.
live with the dog.
Yeah.
Initially, so right now he's just communicating, and I don't personally like to prevent the dogs from doing what they would do naturally. However, we can replace that behavior. Right now he's just afraid, I think.
Yeah.
And he seems like the most sort of like fearful one,
Yeah.
and is kind of running away. And yeah,
He's a
so-
rescue. We
right.
don't really know his
Yeah, so
background.
he's missing socialization. So he's probably not
With
been able to.
people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
Yeah.
And you probably have some people come in, but they don't have the time to go through what needs to happen.
Right,
So
properly,
what
like,
needs to
right.
happen is these two need to go away. And if you invite someone over, he needs to learn that that person, there's nothing to gain or lose, just neutrality. So if I come around, I shouldn't really be like looking at him or nothing like that. And I should wait until he comes to me. And if that is not the case, that's also fine.
And then when he comes
But-
to you, then what do you?
When it comes to me, nothing
Yeah.
happens. That's
Okay.
the thing.
Right.
Yeah. So from his point of view, he goes, "Oh, okay, people are not bad. They're not coming to hurt me. Nothing, nothing's happening." So then, because dogs want to be gregarious,
Yeah.
they will start building that desire on their
come,
own
yeah.
to come. And then when they do, now I have some treats to offer. So then they go, "Oh, okay. So if I go around people, good things are happening." No. So that's like begging.
So your no comes with a movement.
Physical, yeah, something. So I could no, like that. Just no contact. And then usually you want them to give you another
Space?
no, just another behavior. So if I said no and then I can say sit, good. And then I can reward for that sit. But if I said no, don't do that, and I just never gave him anything to replace
Okay.
that, no. So right now, if I said sit, good. And then I'm gonna try it again. No. Good, he goes back to the sit, see? Because I'm giving him a replacement behavior that will now be rewarded. So
So it's super clear.
if I try it again, next time he should just go into a sit. There, good.
Oh, he sat.
Yeah,
After.
but he broke his sit, so I took it away. So
After he whined a little bit, then
Yeah.
he sat.
yeah. So right there, good. So now I can have him understand that if you jump up, you get nothing, or you get the correction. But if you sit down, you get the reward.
So now he understands.
Yeah, but I mean, he won't. It won't be a. You have to do
It
it
doesn't stick. Right.
repetition over a period of time.
Right.
But if you're consistent, he'll understand quite quickly. If you see a dog that is that excited, a lot of times they're quite anxious, and anxiety shows up sometimes as excitement. Yeah. So the fact that he couldn't just like this one is doing well, good. The fact that he couldn't just like stop. I mean, he probably can. I'm just assuming that he couldn't just like stop and sit down and just relax, or it takes effort for him to get to that point where
Yes,
he
it
just
does.
shuts down. That's already a clear indication, because if I sat down right now, he should be able to just immediately turn off and like sit down as well, but he probably will be just like around. And of course I have food, so it's not a fair situation because I'm setting him up. Yeah, but that is what we shouldn't allow. So he shouldn't be this close to me when I have food. He should be like somewhere there waiting patiently. No. So when he does that, and that's what I'm gonna use to create the space. And then wherever he ends up, or wherever I want him to be, good. I'm gonna go back and sit. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Remember, you can train your dog using ericandcaprithepup.com anytime. It has programs from puppies all the way to aggression, reactivity, and all of the issues in between. See you in the next video.